flash mob robberies saturating social media.
That seems out of control across the entire country.
Now, for the first time, only on KCAL News, a new view from the inside.
And you saw this?
LAPD Chief Michael Moore reveals his personal close encounter.
Did you chase after them?
With a theft right in front of him.
Did you catch him?
What he's now doing about it, citywide.
Is that where we are?
And our investigation into the data that dispels some of the myths surrounding these retail crimes that social media wants you to buy.
Does this work? Do you feel like you're winning? Is that going to be a problem this holiday season?
Well, it's already been a problem since Black Friday, the official kickoff of holiday shopping season. And now, with just 1 week to go, is the gift-buying frenzy still beleaguered by flash mob robberies? Well, senior reporter Ross Palumbo has the answer, something you'll see only on KCAL News.
Well, Pat, it seems like we're seeing these things everywhere. They are, of course, all over social media. But we dug into the data and not only discovered the police chief's own brush with retail crime, but found out exactly how LAPD and others are now fighting it and how uncommon these actually are.
The beautiful lights, big decorations, and bright smiles during the season of giving. Descending into a dimly lit, unadorned, depressing term of taking.
I just think it's sad.
It gotta stop.
It's just embarrassing, man.
Is it spiraling out of control?
It's not spiraling out of control.
And Police Chief Michael Moore is making sure because it is personal.
Yeah, I saw it happen.
He saw it while off-duty shopping at this department store.
A grab and run happened where an individual came in and took about 20 pairs of jeans, right for me. And
did you chase after them?
I chased after him. And
did you catch him?
I did not capture him. He dropped the items. He got into a car.
And you got the items back.
And we got the items back.
The entire Southland, in fact, has seen a sudden spike in these flash mob robbery scenes beginning just a few months ago. In just 24 days from July to August, there were 7 incidents like this. Mobs running in, ripping off everything possible, then running out. Many times with security just standing there.
He's doing.
It's all good, guys. I'm so sorry. You just let him go.
People seem bewildered that security officers and people in the store can do nothing. Is that really the case? Is that where we are?
Well, store policy has changed.
But is it illegal?
So it's not illegal for a security officer to make an arrest.
Do you agree that these security guards and the bigger stores should do nothing? Or do you want them to do something?
I want them to be great witnesses.
We got a Ross retailer that we're working on.
Witnesses for this team.
We see those a lot.
Just 3 months ago, Moore reinvigorated LAPD's organized retail crimes unit. 36 investigators are now working 24/7 across the city.
Today we're going to look at the Nike on PCH and Crenshaw.
And are also working with 5 other agencies across Southern California, including Torrance Police.
I spoke with the loss prevention there because they know what's typical of their business. We don't. We don't want to be behind the ball.
Setting up countless blitz operations, identifying possible strikes at stores like this that they say have had more than 200 hits.
Since the beginning of the year.
At this store?
At this store, yes.
So this is a hot spot right here.
This is a huge hot spot. Here is our map view. Cool, we're going to start.
At these hot spots, they wait undercover, inside and out, to catch crooks in action.
And right outside this store, you have officers everywhere.
Correct.
Undercover, though, so people don't know.
Yes.
It is a painstaking,
there's no update outside the store.
hours-long process.
Now it's just a game of sitting and waiting. Pretty much.
But they know from experience
It's not exciting until it gets exciting.
that there is a payoff.
Yeah, we'll grab those shoes.
Ears perk up a little bit once you start hearing that there might be some action.
Across the Southland, we witnessed several single arrests,
consider weapons, okay.
but no entire mobs.
20 people rush in and they just start breaking display case. We haven't had that happen while we've done one of these.
But you believe they're related because
Yes.
it's all organized crime.
Correct.
So even if it's not 20 people coming in, even if it's just one, maybe they're part of the same crime ring?
Yes, and we've actually found with some of the arrests we've made that they are in fact connected.
We're making arrests of the right people, and we're shutting down these crews.
LAPD's own crew says despite the sudden saturation of these images, they've seen a different reality since August.
Are these cases in general on the rise?
Well, they were.
2.5 months later,
2.5 months later,
how's it going?
Well, the task force has made 66 arrests.
And the entire multi-agency task force, he says, has made nearly 200 arrests of key people they believe are involved in multiple crimes.
It's 150 members of our business partners. If you ask them, they'll tell you we're winning.
But winning isn't always easy. For example, on the very day this task force spent hour after hour setting up an operation here at this store, miles away across the entire city in Watts, there was yet another incident. It was actually over here that they needed to be, because at the very same time a crew was hitting this Nike store, 5 of them walking out with merchandise. But that's just part of the job, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, we unfortunately, a lot of these undercover operations is sort of a roll of the dice.
And now, since Thanksgiving, the odds have once again shifted. There's been another surge of crime.
Are even you surprised when you see some of those videos?
Yeah, it's shocking. I don't recall ever seeing that in the numbers that we've seen in the recent years.
It got pretty crazy.
It got very crazy.
But it hasn't deterred officers,
So I would say that we are making a difference.
who themselves know this won't be gone in a flash.
They're just watching and standing by.
Elevator.
But also know that every time they give chase, one arrest
It's all worth the wait, though.
by one arrest,
It is worth it, what happens.
He took that too?
shoppers will receive some peace this holiday season.
We're just going to do our best to track down who did it and convince them in some way to stop this type of behavior.
And that's the gift that you're giving this holiday season.
I'd like to think so. I guess we'll find out.
Well, to put all of this into perspective, LAPD says its overall thefts are down just about 1% when compared to pre-COVID levels back in 2019. And keep in mind, these flash mob robberies only represent the tiniest fraction of those thousands of cases since they began tracking actual flash mob robberies back in July. We've had 167 reports of robberies, and there have been 98 arrests. That success has LAPD now warning people that you might get out of the store with stolen merchandise, but they are going to track you down with the help of all that video that's floating around out there. Now, we did reach out to several stores like JCPenney, Nike, and Target. Only WSS, the shoe store, commented, telling us there has been, quote, notable progress from LAPD's blitz operations. It is such a critical issue, Pat, that in the assembly tomorrow, a special panel that's just started is going to have their first hearing to see what they can do to address this across the entire state where this problem is.
Do you think that could possibly mean stiffer sentences or penalties for the people that they arrest and the ringleaders of these robberies?
Well, police say part of the problem is that the penalties are not stiff enough. So that's what they want to put in place, but that is going to be up to the prosecutors here in LA County. Of course, we have a race coming up for DA, and it is a big issue in that race.
Okay, well, thanks so much for this report, and I know you're going to do a follow-up after they meet tomorrow. We are dying to hear what's going to happen.
Absolutely, we're on
All right.
it.
Thank you, Ross.
Of course.